Hi people, how you going? So I've got another story from the support group this afternoon. It seems now that Indue's putting a family at risk of homelessness for asking for documentation that cannot be received, produced, made for them. So we've got a family here. They've been on the phone all day trying to establish a new housing limit because her 6-month approval on her 6-month lease has expired. So remember, the person has a 12-month lease, and Indue gave her a 6-month approval to be able to pay her rent. That is now expired, even though they're in a 12-month lease. Apparently, I can't verify my payments adequately, right? And she goes on to say, has anyone got a cardboard box for me, my mum and my 5-year-old daughter to live in? Because this is ridiculous. So because she rents with her mum and she transfers directly to her mum's account, they want her to get the real estate to write a letter verifying how much she pays and how much she pays to her mum. Because how in the hell would they know when the full amount is received as a direct debit via Rent Connect? So this person pays her share of the rent to her mum, and then her mum pays the rent in full. So now it is a situation where they're not allowing her to put her housing limit up, right? She can't pay her rent, and the result is that she can't pay her share of the rent. Her mum's not going to be able to pay the full rent, and they're risking putting them at homeless, This is disgusting. It's pathetic. And I know that Indue staff watch these videos because things get fixed for people after I do these videos. We're learning that really quickly. So if anybody's out there watching these videos that can do something about this, I suggest you do something about this. This rubbish of having people on these different restrictions, because they share a rental or whatever, right? She doesn't have a separate lease. She can't have a separate lease. Why would you expect somebody to have a separate lease? She's living with her mum and she's got her 5-year-old daughter. Living as a family, and her mum pays the rent. So she pays her share of the rent to her mum. That's normal things to do that families do when they're renting a home together. But no, it's not good enough for Indue, alright? So it's just disgusting. So the biggest issue at the moment is homelessness. These people are at risk of being homeless, right? But then the people that are trying to get housing in Bundaberg don't stand a chance either. They're not getting callbacks on their referees. They're not getting callbacks. They're not getting anything. They're just trying for 20 and 30 houses at a time, and they're not getting anywhere, right? This is just getting absolutely ridiculous. Why should this person have to establish a new housing limit? Why was there only a 6-month approval put on a 12-month lease in the first place? Alright? Why can't she pay the rent normally? I mean, she's obviously shown the 12-month lease to them. But the 12-month lease hasn't expired. It's only... this is just confusing, isn't it? But they don't care. I don't even know what to say because I know that the services aren't there. There's no bloody housing up there available. And if she gets pushed out, where are they going to go? And then when they try and apply for other housing, right, they're going to be in the same predicament again, aren't they? Where they're going to both sign the lease, and then Indue's going to expect the real estate to provide documentation of what her money is, when it doesn't work that way. They're not paying separately to the real estate agent. And this is the thing. What does DSS and Indue seem to think? That everybody that's sharing a house is in a boarding house situation? Alright, because that's the only thing I can think of. It's only in a hostel or boarding house where you pay individually and you have individual leases for each person renting a room. Alright, but you don't do that in families. You don't do that when you're sharing a house with your friends. You don't do that when you're just room renting normally. It's just pathetic. pathetic. It's got me stumped. All I know is that the hardship this is causing people is just, it's just getting beyond a joke. It's destroying people. You know what I mean? And it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. You know? What can I say? Yeah, it's at times like this I feel totally powerless, because you can turn around and say, ring the DSS, ring QCAT, you know what I mean? Who do you ring? Who can you tell? Who can you jump up and down to? Ring Rachel Seward's office. But at the end of the day, it's Indue saying no to this lady being able to pay her rent, which then leaves it to her mum to pick up the slack and pay the full rent. Right, so what is this? Another case of, oh, well, I'll pay the bills for your mum, and I'll do the shopping for your mum to try and make up the amount, to do the workaround to make up for the fact that you've now got to pay the full rent, otherwise we don't have a home to live in. This is pathetic, it's bullshit, and it shouldn't be happening. People need to be able to pay their rents, right? And not everybody has a fixed signed lease. You know, periodic leases, room rentals, sharing with family, right? They're not all one size fits all. Trying to make everything one size fits all, and you can't. You know what I mean? And the RTA laws don't say you have to. So stop causing people to breach their leases, because this is what this is going to do. You could leave these people in a position where they're forced to breach their tenancy lease, and they could end up in trouble and they're on the street. That's illegal. That's a breach. You're causing them to breach a contract. All right? Indue, pull your bloody finger out. DSS, whoever. All right, stop making people homeless. Getting sick of it. I'm getting sick of all the hardship up here. You know? It is just destroying this place. And it's turning Bundaberg and that into a very toxic, very horrible place. People are starting to not like living there at all. You know what I mean? And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. It's just heartbreaking what's going on, you know? Oh. Okay, guys, I'm out here. I just thought I'd let you go. And, yeah. They can't let this expand any further. It's got to be stopped. And they've got to find easier ways to let people off this damn card. Got to. You can't. It's just destroying too many lives. God. Alright, see you guys.